show you all the things you have forgotten. The things you have forgotten. It wasn't so long ago. We all danced around the fire, telling stories to the children.
Good evening, everybody. It's the Old Wolf here again for another episode of the Witch and the Wolf podcast. Coming at you live from Rochester, New York. It's 8:01 p.m. Tuesday, November 8th, 2022. Possibly the last day known to Western civilization. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen tonight, but some people have been saying this, some people have been saying that. I, however, besides that quirky little moment, going to stay on the upbeat end of things tonight, to the best of my ability, with a little bit of personal dynamics. Again, as always, the views, expressions, opinions, comedic moments, etc., are mine and mine fucking alone, okay? I speak my mind. I try not to offend or hurt, but I call shit for what it is. The music, for the most part, is mine, as you heard coming in. Good evening, Shannon. Or for anybody listening to the podcast, that's Mama Rocks, song that I wrote last year. Slide guitar work by a friend, Tom Hampton, who has some music out there. Definitely check him out. Great guitar player, great musician. Definitely somebody to follow if you're into that kind of scene, as they say. And it's good music. Lots of different music. Music is magic, as I always like to say. So a couple things first, as I always do. Yes, and there's my wishy poo all the way from Texas. And I'm betting that if you're watching this, that means that your family's probably watching this. So I'm going to do this officially. Mom, I love you. And I want you to get better really fucking quick. Because I don't want your daughters making my life fucking miserable, and you're the only defense against that right now, so you have to fucking live. All right? You have no choice. Truly, though. We want you to get better, get stronger. To my sisters down there, I love you all. My brother Jack, you have my sympathies down there on your own in the shit. But man, can he build a hell of a fucking ramp. I'm gonna tell you, my brother Jack knows his shit. And hopefully we'll be able to put that on display one day soon. So yeah, lots of things going on. Again, real simple. Those of you that know us know that Shiya and her family are going through her stuff. Her mother is fighting cancer and fighting it hard. Let me tell you, she's old school Texas lady. She don't fuck around, man. She does not. But that's needed. So we're all sending our strength and our love. This show in many ways is for her and for my lovely witch Shiya, who's down there with my sister Sherry and everybody else. My sister Christy. See, I wasn't going to forget you. I know you were thinking that for a minute, and I did it on purpose. Ha ha, gotcha. Anywho, see, I'm fucked up like that. And anybody that knows me knows that, yeah, I have that kind of offbeat humor sometimes. But it's part of my magic. Oh, she's not even there. See, damn it, I wasted a fucking great moment. All right, well, I'll get her another time. You never know. She may be watching, sneaking in on the side, seeing what you all doing. You know what I mean? You never know. You could always make her go back and listen to it. You know what I mean? You know, you can threaten her with like, oh, we were telling stories about you, and it's all over the internet now. Wouldn't be her first rodeo, but hey, story for another day. So yes, we are dancing some things. Shiya is back in Texas, so she is not with us voice, but she's here in the chat and her energy, her presence. are always here, at least with me. So that's the kind of thing that she and I have. Doesn't matter where we are. Oh, God. She's doing the text and say, howdy, y'all. Yeah, I'm going to make fun of it because I'm safe up here in the fucking north. That's right. Yeah, I did that. But no, it's a beautiful place, beautiful country, beautiful people. Gary and Carol, I love you too. Not sure you guys are going to be watching this. Gary's a great guy, lives next door. Fucking heart of gold. But if you fuck with him or his, oh yeah, he'll go Jesse James on your ass. Yes, the witch knows where I sleep, and you know a monkey. And if you know a monkey, especially a monkey in the right place, yeah. So anyway, I always like to talk about the friends and the people within our circle that support us, and in turn, we support them. Now, again, I've said this before, but probably doesn't hurt to mention it again. We don't have any kind of paid advertisers. So the people that we talk about, they're not paying us. We don't get a slice of the action. Okay, the only thing that they do is they take care of the people that we send them. Shiya and I's context always has and will be take care of the other people. The universe has been generous to us. We don't need the extra. We love the support, don't get me wrong. That's why Shiya does the lives. We do the workshops. We do the music. We do all of it, yeah. But also in the same instance, the people that we support and the people that I'm going to talk about real quick again, we support them because not only do we love them, but they really know what the fuck they're doing. You know, there's a case to be made in promoting small businesses and promoting the dynamics of things that are actually good. You know, Shiya will tell you, we were in New Orleans, and part of tonight's episode, The Sounds of New Orleans, we're going to talk and listen to some of that. But she'll tell you, 90% of the shops and the shit down there, you know what I mean, I knew and could read as fucking just bullshit. It was touristy. It was not really, magical. Do you know what I mean? Shiya experienced the same dynamic when she went to Salem. Shannon, Jessica, good evening, everybody. Barbara, great to see you. And this is the nature of things. Yeah, Shiya says so much bullshit. But there are people who are legitimate. There are people who actually know what they're doing and actually have magic, like Suzanne over at Mystical Moons. A lot of great stuff. Definitely somebody, if you're into the crystals, especially if you're into like raw crystals that you want to work yourself, or you're into that more organic dynamic, or, again, within design or jewelry aspects, definitely check her out. Facebook.com/mysticalmoonslive or www.mysticalmoons.com. Yes, I love Suzanne Delgado. I can't use love with Suzanne because it would infer an inappropriate relationship. You know what I mean? There's too much, like, people are talking, like, I keep getting emails about, why are you eating that beaver's ass? And it's like, no, it's not like that. Comedy. Yes, I love you, Suzanne. But definitely, check it out. And again, as mentioned, mention the witch or the wolf, and you'll get a discount off your first order. Really good stuff and really good pricing. And let me tell you, witchery and magic and all this all of a sudden is becoming popular. No coincidence. I wonder what's going on. Yes, and people are going to take advantage of it. But not Suzanne. So check out Mystical Moons. Moving along, I have my Essentially Blessed Crystal Herbs and Witchcraft. This one jumped up. www.essentiallyblessed5.net. I don't know if this is an old one. Maybe the universe had me just pull it out. It got clicked. And that is what it is. So, and I've forgotten who this is. See, this is how fucked up a moment when you're doing live stuff where shit goes sideways. I don't have my witch to co-pilot. And I'm just looking at this. I'm like, yeah, this is part of the promotion stuff. And I know this is somebody within our circle. Yeah, that's Chanel, and she's awesome. See, I got saved. Sorry, Chanel. I'm an asshole. Yes, and yes, even the old wolf fucks up sometimes. But listen, I'll own it. Got so much rattling around in my head, I can't even remember who the fuck I am half the time. And Shiya will attest to that. We've had a lot of stuff. Music going on, stuff with the family, obviously. Different dynamics of this, that, and the other thing. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. Really not. I'm completely focused on really only one dynamic, and I'm going to be honest. I'm doing the podcast really is deflective magic for myself and in supportive magic for Shiya and her family down in Texas, because that's the priority right now. Shiya is probably not going to be doing a lot of lives. Y'all probably going to see me coming up, depending upon how things playing on. It's been a little while since I've gotten on and done the cards, but I got a really cool deck down in New Orleans that I may just decide to play around with. You never know. Shit happens. But for tonight, essentially blessed. Check out Janelle. All right, back to the people that I can't actually remember. My sisters, Bobby and Sherry, Moonbeams. There you go. Well, yeah, no, that's a different conversation, Shiya. I don't want to. We'll get to that part. Don't worry about that. I'm going to have fun with you too. But Bobby and Sherry, my sisters, okay, incredible magic. Again, not just from the dynamic of, oh, this is cool, it looks really nice. Shit with actual magic. You know, it's fucking redundant. Magic, power, charms, whatever you want to call it. They have character. Shiya wears them all the time. I've seen them. I've worn them. I've interacted with them as actual people, okay? And they really do believe not only in what they do, but in passing that along. You know, not just from the economic dynamic, you know, but from, you know, to some degrees we have to keep the art alive. So somebody has to fucking do it. So they're doing it. So go check them out. Boom. Moonbeam. Facebook, and Instagram. That's not all, folks. It's not all. Jesus, I'm just like, they're making Mom and Sherry bracelets. Very cool. Now, I would always be remiss, my sister, Ashley Hart. And actually, I have to go into my deeper, more American voice, as she's actually Canadian. But this girl, she has real magic. And I'm not talking that kind of Saturday morning cartoon magic. I'm talking that, holy shit, my hair's on fire magic. Real magic, boys and girls. The kind that makes mommy and daddy shit themselves at night. We're talking real. Now again, disclaimer. Ashley's dream catchers will not make anybody shit themselves at night. They may prevent you from shitting the bed at night, depending upon what you got going on when you sleep. But let me tell you, my sister knows her shit. We have many, okay? We're not just promoting this from a dynamic of, hey, you know, send Ashley money. And it's like, no, get some Ashley's magic while you can, because the day may come when her magic may not be available like that. That's what she does right now. But let me tell you, this girl is developing and expanding in all kinds of ways that dream catchers with intention may not be a forever thing, okay? And they're real. She did a special one for us for the autism event that was auctioned off at charity, and I can't, so many people bid on that fucking thing. Okay, that thing had presence. People, like, it wasn't even out of the plastic, and people could feel, and people were like, ooh, I want that. We have, again, not to be redundant, some incredible pieces. So yeah, check her out, Hearts Creations, facebook.com/Hearts, Harts. creations and the Reiki catcher. Oh my God, yes. Yeah, I know you're going to talk about that one when you come back. That tree of life done with wire. It is an incredible fucking piece. It's just words don't do it justice. So I'm not going to try. Check Ashley Hart out. She's not hard to find, but you better catch her while she's still doing this. I'm just saying. She's much, much better, and this is what happens as people come into their power. You know what I mean? We have to, take advantage of these types of elements while they are around. Let's be honest. So, yeah, check her out. Finally, my brother, Tattoo Tony Rodriguez. Most importantly, Tony's really focusing on the Papo Sticker Company. That's PAPO stickercompany.com. Again, the only way to describe this is Brother Tony can take anything you can imagine and put it into just about anything you can imagine. From a dynamic of making a t-shirt or a sweatshirt or a bumper sticker or a coffee mug or, a patch for a vest or for a scarf or a pillow. I always make the joke, because I like to fuck with them. He'll even make you a custom dildo. He might, if the price is right. And he's cheaper than pretty much even most of the fucking, overseas Chinese half-ass shit that you'll find online and stuff like that. The guy actually believes in what he does. He loves what he does. And, he's got real magic too. He's got Broken Past, which again, awesome band. The Under My Skin for Life Tattoo Shop, incredible world-renowned tattoo artist. He's also the head of the foundation that me and my son, the monkey, belong to, the Under My Skin for Life Foundation, which for many years has been raising money and awareness for things like children with autism, veterans issues, homeless veterans, cancer dynamics, very, very active in the central Jersey and a lot of other places, Virginia, New York. We've been all over the fucking place. So he walks the fucking walk. All right. So again, old school context, strength in numbers. All right. If you're going to go get a custom mug for somebody for Christmas, fucking go on papostickercompany.com and order it from Tony. Save yourself some money. Get it actually customized the way that you'll never find in a shop. Okay? Never. They can't do that kind of stuff. Tony can. Check him out. So, one final context, because I have to kind of fuck with the witch. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of joking, and, there are a lot of dynamics of things that we've played on. One of them has been the Beaver Queen and the whole, saga of, the artificial flavorings that come from the beaver anal glands. And, that's translated into different ways. And, last week, we were talking about the faces of death. And I noticed upon a particular little context. Yes. Uh-oh. Ding-a-ling. It's in a playful spirit. My sisters know I love them. But since Shiya is there, not here, so I have at least, some semblance of defense, at least until she comes back. So I'm going to take advantage of that. And far be it from me that, if I'm going to eat a beaver's asshole, the least I can do, honey, okay, is just let you know, when Daddy gets home, he gonna eat that ass. Just for you. Okay? And it's kind of gonna look like that. Okay? I'm gonna go into my full undead fucking death mode. And you're just gonna lay out there all pale, that ass up in the air. Oh yeah, I went there. Sorry, Ma. Mom's going to be pissed off at me, but, me and her had some great conversations, let me tell you, when I was down there. Incredible woman. Really. And it took her a little while because, there's a context when people first meet each other that you want to gauge. So you don't always want to come out with certain things. Not everybody gets it. You know what I mean? And it's a sign, listen, I'll be really honest, it's a sign of intelligence to be able to gauge and read people. It's also obviously a framework of empathy. No coincidence. Her daughter, Shiya, her other daughters, Sherry and Christy, they all have the gift, okay? But using it in practical application is a whole nother fucking context. So we're having these conversations. She's slowly, okay, getting a little bit feel and, recognizing that I'm going to be cool with whatever language she's going to come out with. And that I actually give a shit. That I like listening to her stories. Now, I know a lot of you who are listening have probably heard those stories 10,000 times. Well, I never heard them before, so they were good for me in the moment. So she gets comfortable in it. And then some of the subtleties of, the language and the dynamics and, some of her stories, were really just, there's definitely a woman who would have, and still, fuck you up in a heartbeat if you thought you were going to get over, or she even suspected, even got a whiff of some bullshit. And I am truly honored and humbled by that dynamic, and I really enjoyed it. They were great stories, and I'm looking forward to hearing more of them, despite what any of your daughters say. So, yeah, there it is. Yeah, yes, no, absolutely, and these are the important things. So, yes, I will take that pornographic image off so it's no longer offend your mother. Sorry, Ma, had to do it. Blame your daughter. It's her fault. All right. She's conditioned me this way. Really, truly. You don't know the half of it. And you really don't want to know the rest. Hey, Jojo, how you doing? All right. So, in getting to tonight, sounds of New Orleans. New Orleans was the back end after going to Texas a couple of weeks ago, the first time to meet Shiya's family and spend some time down there. And on the back end of that, we took a couple days in New Orleans. And New Orleans has an incredibly beautiful history, energy, dynamic, culture. I mean, you fucking name it. It just, you say New Orleans and, most people get it. You know what I mean? You don't really have to paint a picture. Now, everybody's got their own, people are, Mardi Gras, some people see the Dixieland jazz stuff. Some people see drunk girls with titties and beads, whatever floats your boat, whatever dynamic really, again, translates to you. It has an energy, a dynamic that inspires. And people feed off of that. And, I got to experience that firsthand. It was one of the things on my bucket list that I wanted to go to New Orleans. I wanted to smell it. I wanted to taste it. I wanted to really experience it for myself versus, just listening to it and reading about it, et cetera, et cetera. Fucking great time. Incredible place. It's got its problems, just like any other place. But incredible love, incredible beauty, all kinds of wild stuff. So some of the dynamic that I'm going to talk about tonight, which is my specialty, my magic, is the music. And music as an energy, inspiration, if you will, is fucking contagious. All right. So for me, a big part of these few days that we spent down there was tapping into, the primal dynamics of my magic in inspiration and music. So the first thing I'm going to play tonight is a literal one-off live recording that my witch Shiya caught while we were sitting on the porch. And it's not really so much it is. It's a porch, 3 stories in the sky at the top of the house. It was absolutely magical. It was fucking beautiful. So yeah, there I am, sitting on the fucking porch, cigarette in mouth, 12-string in hand, And Shiya, again, graciously not only was snapping pictures, unbeknownst to me, but I knew she was recording the music, thank God, because I know from experience a lot of times that I'll catch something. I'll catch an inspiration. I'll catch a fragment of something, and it'll manifest in the moment. So this is one of those moments. It doesn't have a name, but it will be part of, in some form, the new album that we'll be working on when she comes home. And again, these dynamics were captured literally in the moment. So the crows that you hear in the background, that was actually happening. That was part of the scene. So again, this is an aspect where the crows aren't in the picture. The crows are above and flying around in the trees that you can see. Okay. But this all happened in that context. Them, the music, etc. And, it's made already a little bit of an impact, and, I'll leave it at that, which is enough for me. So I'm glad it brought somebody some relaxation. And hopefully, again, you'll enjoy it. If not, well, fuck you then. No, seriously. Again, this is just, a little moment. And then we'll be back, talk a little bit more. And then, yes, glad there are no kids here with me swearing. Yeah, that, you're right. Again, I make no excuses. I do not pretend. Depending upon the age of the child, however, though, if language is the worst thing they have to contend with, then maybe that's not such a bad thing. But again, I digress. Maybe we'll talk about that later. Maybe not. So enjoy. Here is a little bit of the crow dance. So yeah, that was a little bit of what I'm kind of referring to right now is the crow dance. Don't really have a name for it yet because don't know what the words are really going to be behind it. And Jojo, listen, I get it. You don't swear and your grandchildren not here. That's a different matter. I am of the same mind as a parent. I don't just throw my words out haphazardly. However, and I will be honest, and I'm not apologetic about this, I do this podcast, again, not only for my own reasons, so I speak my mind as I speak it, but I believe in the dynamic that if we don't have the ability to speak honestly, in whatever context that is, as adults, we lose the real dynamic of free will. And again, I don't want to get too much on a segue. I do recognize and appreciate the dynamics. I humbly default to the old timers' wisdom on this. If somebody doesn't like something, change the channel. You don't have to listen. You don't have to agree. I do not begrudge anybody else's opinion. Again, unless you're a Nazi or a fucking Scientologist. And then, yeah, all bets are off. That's comedy, but not really. So anyway, a couple other little dynamics, because I got to have my last digs at the witch. The witch is notorious for taking pictures now of me when I'm not really paying the fuck attention. As in, and granted, you know what I mean, it captures me in my ever struggling element of what the hell is there to eat here? And it's a real struggle for me, because being somebody, again, as a single parent that's cooked for so many years, and my son cooks and stuff like that, most every place else sucks. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was the pandemic. Maybe it's just the human condition. Maybe I'm just getting old and cranky. I don't know. But it's getting tough. It's getting tough. So, yeah, So she caught that. But again, I wanted to end that little particular part of tonight's show with, yes, I do love you. Oh, I love you so. You can see that. And that's my, oh God, do we have to go to another one of these fucking stores? Look. No, unfortunately, we can't let you know a little bit more about 777 JoJo, because that's not what tonight's about. I do apologize, but Tuesday nights of the podcast, you are welcome to reach out to Shiya offline. Again, maybe if you weren't here earlier, Shiya is in Texas with her sisters and her mother, her family. Her mother is struggling with a health condition, so she is focused on what's most important, family. So no offense to you, or no offense to anybody else, things are going to be a little bit different for the next week or two until, some balance is found on that. And again, humbly, neither one of us, and especially I'm not going to allow her to apologize for that, okay? Family always should come first. Regardless of my language, certain core dynamics are still based on a simple philosophy of family, love, and hope. So again, whatever dynamic that you have, again, reach out to her, through the mentorship circle, through email, and I'm sure she'll be happy, to reach out to you when she gets some time. Honora is an old friend. Positive thoughts and vibes plus prayer sent from her to your mom, Shiya. Shiya, again, I don't know. Again, I don't have the chat up, so I'm letting you know. Okay, but then again, she's a crafty witch, so I'm betting that she's watching, because I'm noticing she's responding to people, I think. So I think the witch, she's like the ghost in the machine. She snuck into the system. She knows what's going on. Ah, man. She's hiding in the dolls behind me. Oh, God. Lord Jesus, help me. Now, that's where I go when I've been bad. And I'm bad a lot. But I'm good on the inside. So, the music. Let me tell you, the music in New Orleans was incredible. We're talking Dixieland, we're talking jazz, blues, even, contemporary rock to different degrees with little bits of different arrangements and things. But again, the presence, the energy, the love, how gracious and generous. They were all like, yeah, record us, put us on the podcast. They're like, get that music, send them down to New Orleans. So here I am. Yeah, go to New Orleans if you can. Spend some time. Eat the food. Okay? Enjoy it for what it is while we still have it. And I say this again from that old school context, strength in numbers. If we do not preserve the things that mean anything to us, we will no longer have them. Simple. And of course, Shiya decided to throw the grenade into the room, and I quote unquote, don't eat the hookers. I have no idea where the hell that came from. I'm just the messenger. I don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, according to Jesus, he hung out with lepers and whores. So I think Jesus would probably eat the hooker. I'm just saying. The context of love here. I don't, Yeah, well, I said eat the food, but, I don't know how that segued into fucking hookers, and then I don't know how Jesus got involved in it, but you know me. I have an odd little way of kind of sprinkling George Carlin into the recipes. Of course, Shiya is still trying. Yeah, honey, I get it. Yeah, eat the food, don't eat the hookers. I'm just saying you can eat the food and the hookers. It's probably really okay. Okay, listen, there might be hookers listening to the podcast that be like, listen, you're fucking up our groove. You don't, even if it's true, you don't want to tell people that. Okay, McDonald's doesn't say, hey, don't eat our burgers, you'll die, because that's what's going to happen. No offense, there are worse ways to go. I'm just saying, hookers are people too. We really shouldn't judge. We shouldn't begrudge people the choices they make sometimes. We don't know what they have to go through. We don't know what they've been through, what they're going through, or what they may yet to be going through. And I can say that sarcastically and offhanded, but, again, my man, the Son of God, he was just like, he didn't give a fuck. He's like, lepers, whores, he loved everybody. So that's going to be my go-to card. Whenever I encounter hatred, I'm going to play the cool Jesus card. I'm going to drop the mic and be like, yeah. And Jesus was black, too. That really gets their head spinning. What? That's right, I said it. So how the hell did we end up from the sound of New Orleans into Black Jesus? I don't know. That's what happens on my show. So anyway, we're going to get to a little bit of the sounds besides that little piece. And again, I got to tell you, it was an incredible inspiration sitting up there. Again, full credit to the witch for actually capturing that piece. And, sometimes the universe smiles, it's a little rough. You can hear a little bit of the wind in the background, obviously. It's not a clean recording, but catching those crows doing their thing with that, to me, is fucking powerful. And I wanted to share it. So it doesn't have to be polished or perfect. Sometimes the raw dynamic of something is more beautiful. And that's how I felt about it. And it was a moment that she and I shared. So, yeah. Now everybody else got to see it. So we're going to, as they say, dance into some of the sounds. Now, this is a moment that Shiya caught that was incredibly powerful and beautiful and just kind of speaks to the dynamic down there. And I will let this speak for itself and share it, and then we'll be right back. It's not very long, but it is a beautiful piece. So yeah, just a little over a minute, but it was again a moment in time that she and I experienced, and a lot of other people. That was one of the incredible things. I was right down in the French market, and people all over the place, just interacting, just talking and laughing, and as you saw, just dancing. And the music in the background was from live performers that are off camera. But this was, again, just impromptu, in the moment. This is what music does. This is what music inspires. And this is why I speak so strongly about the dynamic. Music is magic. People talk about, there's fucking magic everywhere. You just have to be open-minded to the dynamic of throwing away the labels and these false constructs about what words mean. Oh, it's supposed to mean, no, it doesn't have to. Again, analogy, redundant analogy. Talk about it all the time, and we're going to continue to talk about it all the time. We're going to put it on every fucking podcast until it becomes a meme, and then, it becomes a Saturday Night Live joke. I'm going to push it until it happens. What was magic 200 years ago is technology now. Your cell phones, your computer, this podcast, your cars, your cat's litter box, your dildos, all of it, okay? It was all magic, witchcraft, heresy. It's now just basic technology. Nobody looks at a fucking microwave and be like, "Begone, Satan, you foul, whatever you are." It's a microwave, okay? That just reflects our inability as a whole to look beyond the labels and all these constructs. Some of them are control mechanisms.